Choosing the right web hosting can make or break a small business, especially with all the changes happening online. It's 2025 and things are moving fast.
Yeah.
But before we even look at hosting options,
Right.
we have to figure out what your business actually needs from a website.
I completely agree. It's like, if you're going to build a house,
Yeah,
you don't just start without a plan.
right.
You need to know how many rooms you need,
For sure.
what kind of foundation you're working with.
Yeah.
The same goes for your website.
Okay, so let's break down those needs then.
Okay.
What are some of the key things small businesses should be thinking about?
Well, first,
Yeah.
what's the main purpose of your website?
Okay.
Is it an online store?
Uh-huh.
Is it a portfolio,
Yeah.
a blog to share your expertise,
Yeah.
or something else entirely?
Right.
Each of these has different demands when it comes to hosting.
Right. So like a photography website with tons of huge images
Exactly.
is going to need way more storage
Yeah,
than,
yes.
say, a consultant who just has a simple website
Exactly.
with some text and a contact form.
Yeah. And then there's the question of traffic.
Okay.
How many visitors are you expecting each month? A few hundred,
Yeah.
a few thousand, or millions. Your hosting plan needs to be able to handle that volume
Yeah.
without your site slowing down.
Yeah.
Or worse, crashing.
Makes sense. And I know budget is always a big concern for small businesses.
Oh, for sure.
So is it possible to get good quality hosting without breaking the bank?
Absolutely. There's this misconception that quality always equals high cost.
Right.
But that's just not true with hosting.
Yeah.
There are plenty of affordable options out there without the really high price tag.
That's reassuring to hear. And one more thing that I think small businesses really need to consider is growth. What if they start small, but then things suddenly take off? Their website needs to be able to handle that.
Scalability is crucial. You don't want to be in a position where your hosting plan can't keep up with your success.
Right.
Ideally, you want a provider that lets you easily upgrade as your business grows. That way you can focus on expanding your business, not scrambling to find a new hosting solution.
So we figured out our needs, purpose, traffic,
Yeah.
budget growth potential.
Yep.
Now we're ready to shop around, right?
Yes.
What are the must-have criteria we should look for in a hosting provider?
Okay, so first and foremost, reliability. Every minute your website is down is potential business lost.
That's true.
Customers can't buy from you, can't find your contact information, and you might even lose their trust if
Yeah.
they think you're not taking your online presence seriously.
Right.
So look for a provider that guarantees at least 99.9% uptime.
Okay.
That's pretty much the industry standard.
Got it. What else is essential?
Loading speed. People are impatient, especially online. If your website takes too long to load, visitors will just click away and go somewhere else. And Google doesn't like slow websites either, so you could end up lower in search results, making it harder for people to find you.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Now, as a small business owner, I might not have a dedicated IT team
Right.
to call when things go wrong.
Yeah.
What about customer support?
That's a great point. 24/7 customer support is crucial,
Okay,
especially if you're not very tech savvy.
right.
Look for a provider that offers support via phone,
Okay,
email, or
Mhm.
chat,
right.
so you can get help anytime, day or night, if something goes wrong.
And with all the cyber attacks we hear about these days,
Yeah,
security has to be a top priority.
absolutely. You need a hosting provider that takes security seriously. Look for features like SSL certificates to encrypt data,
Okay.
firewalls to block malicious traffic, and regular security updates. These are your first line of defense against hackers and data breaches, which can
Amen.
be devastating for a small business.
This is a lot to consider. Are there any absolute must-have features
Yes.
every small business website should have?
Definitely. A free SSL certificate should be standard.
Okay.
It not only secures your website, but also builds trust with visitors
Yeah.
and improves your search engine ranking.
Right.
You've probably seen those not secure warnings in your browser.
Yes.
You don't want that scaring away your potential customer.
No, definitely not.
Daily backups are essential.
Yep.
It's like insurance for your website
Yeah.
if something goes wrong, like a hack,
Yeah.
a technical glitch,
Huh?
accidental deletion.
Right.
You can restore your site to a previous version.
Okay.
Look for automatic daily backups so you don't have to remember to do it yourself.
Backups and SSL certificates checked.
Yes.
What about the actual storage space and bandwidth?
Right.
How much do we need?
That really depends on the size and complexity of your website and how much traffic you expect.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of images, videos, or downloads,
Mm-hmm.
you'll need more storage.
Yeah.
Most providers offer different plans based on these needs.
Okay.
So you can choose the one that's the right fit.
So it's not always about going for the biggest and most expensive plan, but rather finding the one that matches your specific needs.
Yes. And one last must-have, especially for non-techies,
Okay.
is a one-click installer for popular platforms like WordPress.
Okay.
These make setting up a website super easy, even if you've never done it before. No coding, no complex configurations.
Okay, we've covered the basics.
Right.
The needs, the criteria, the must-haves.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the different types of hosting available.
The most common and usually the most affordable option is shared hosting. It's a great starting point for many small businesses, especially if you're on a tight budget.
But I'm guessing there are some trade-offs.
Well, you're sharing server resources with other websites.
Okay.
So if one of those sites gets a sudden surge in traffic,
Yeah.
it could impact your site's performance.
Okay.
You might experience slower loading times
Right.
or even temporary downtime.
So it's like sharing an apartment
Yes.
with noisy neighbors
Exactly.
who might blast music late at night,
Yes, you get the idea.
keeping you from getting a good night's sleep.
So shared hosting is great for keeping costs down.
Right.
But it might not be the best choice if your business relies heavily on its website being up and running smoothly all the time.
Okay, so what's a good alternative if you need more control and reliability,
Okay.
but maybe aren't ready to invest in a dedicated server?
That's where VPS hosting comes in.
Okay.
It's like moving from a shared apartment to a condo. You still share the building, the server, but you have your own dedicated space and resources.
Got it.
So you're not as affected by what your neighbors are doing.
So more privacy, more control, more stability.
Exactly.
Sounds promising.
Mhm.
But what if you're specifically using WordPress for your website? Is there a specialized option for that?
Absolutely. Managed WordPress hosting is designed specifically for WordPress sites.
Okay.
The hosting provider takes care of all the technical aspects, updates, security backups.
Wow.
So you don't have to.
It's like having a personal assistant for your website, making sure everything is running smoothly behind the scenes.
And managed WordPress hosting is often optimized for speed and performance,
Oh, okay.
which is crucial for any website.
Shared VPS managed WordPress.
Yeah.
Is there another option we should have on our radar for 2025?
Yes. For businesses looking for maximum scalability and reliability,
Okay.
cloud hosting is becoming increasingly popular. With cloud hosting, your website's data is distributed across multiple servers. So even if one server goes down, your site stays up.
So it's like having a backup generator.
Exactly.
That automatically kicks in if the power goes out,
Right.
ensuring your website stays live no matter what.
Cloud hosting offers exceptional uptime
Yeah.
and can easily handle traffic spikes,
Wow.
making it a great choice for businesses that can't afford any downtime.
Okay, so we've covered the main types of hosting.
Yes.
Now for the million-dollar question.
Okay.
Which providers do you recommend?
There are tons of providers out there,
I
but
bet.
based on our research,
Oh.
there are a few that consistently stand out for small businesses.
Okay. I'm ready to hear which providers make the cut and why.
Okay. Let's start with SiteGround. They consistently earn top marks for customer support and performance.
We talked about them earlier, and I'm really interested to learn more. That focus on customer support really intrigued
Right.
me. What makes them stand out in that area?
Well, they don't just offer the standard submit a ticket and wait approach.
Right.
Their support team is known for being proactive, knowledgeable, and genuinely helpful. They even have a dedicated WordPress support team,
Oh, wow.
which is a huge plus if you're using WordPress for your site.
So they're really catering to the WordPress crowd, which makes sense considering how popular WordPress is these days.
Right.
And what are their performance? How do they measure up when it comes to reliability and speed?
They consistently score high in both areas. They use advanced server technology and caching mechanisms to ensure your website is always up and running smoothly.
Okay.
And their loading times are super fast.
So with SiteGround, you're not going to be losing customers because your site is slow or constantly crashing.
Right.
That peace of mind is worth a lot, especially for small businesses that don't have time to deal with those technical headaches.
Right.
What about their features? Do they offer all the essentials we talked about earlier?
Absolutely. Their plans come with free SSL certificates, daily backups, one-click WordPress installation, all the must-haves.
Sounds like a pretty comprehensive package. Any downsides we should be aware of?
Well, their renewal rates can be a bit higher than their introductory prices.
Okay.
It's not unusual in the hosting world, but it's something to keep in mind
Right.
and factor into your budget.
Good point.
Mm.
So read the fine print as always. Overall, though, it sounds like SiteGround is a solid choice, especially for those who value top-notch support and performance and
Yeah.
don't mind paying a bit extra for it.
They're a great all-rounder.
Okay.
Now let's switch gears and talk about Hostinger.
Okay, this is the one that stood out as being super budget-friendly, right?
Yes.
What else makes them special?
Hostinger is known for incredibly competitive pricing. They offer some of the most affordable hosting plans on the market without compromising on essential features or performance.
So you don't have to choose between affordability and quality.
They have a wide range of plans, from basic shared hosting to cloud and VPS options. They also have a user-friendly control panel that makes managing your website a breeze, even if you're not a tech expert.
That's always a bonus. Any potential downsides we should be aware of?
Some of their lower tier plans have limited storage and bandwidth. So if you have a large website with lots of content or anticipate high traffic volumes, you'll probably need one of their higher tier plans.
Okay, so just something to keep in mind when comparing plans.
Right.
But overall, it sounds like Hostinger is a great option for businesses on a tight budget or those who are just starting out and don't need a lot of bells and whistles.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to Bluehost.
Okay?
They're another popular choice, especially for beginners.
Right. We mentioned earlier that they're known for being super user-friendly, which is a big selling point for small business owners who don't have a lot of technical experience.
For sure.
What makes them so easy to use?
Well, they have a very intuitive control panel that's easy to navigate. They also have a one-click WordPress installation, so you can get a WordPress site up and running in minutes, literally.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Even if you're completely new to web hosting, you could have a professional-looking website in no time. Anything else that makes them stand out?
They offer a wide range of plans, from shared to VPS to dedicated servers, and their pricing is competitive. They also have a good reputation for customer support.
So they seem to have a lot going for them: ease of use, affordability, good support. Any potential drawbacks?
Their uptime hasn't always been the best in the past.
Oh.
They've made improvements, but it's something to consider if reliability is a top priority for your business.
So maybe not the best choice for mission-critical websites, but a solid option for those who value simplicity and affordability. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about HostGator.
HostGator is known for its generous resource allocations, especially when it comes to storage and bandwidth. They offer unmetered bandwidth on many of their plans, which means you don't have to worry about exceeding your limits and getting hit with extra charges.
So if you have a website with a lot of high-resolution images, videos, or downloads,
Right.
HostGators could be a good fit.
Exactly. They also offer a wide range of hosting options, from basic shared hosting to powerful dedicated servers. And their pricing is very competitive.
So they offer a lot of flexibility and affordability. Any potential downsides we should be aware of?
Their customer support hasn't always been the best, although they have been making improvements in that area.
Okay.
So if you anticipate needing a lot of hand-holding, HostGator might not be the ideal choice.
Right.
But if you're comfortable troubleshooting things on your own and don't mind digging into their knowledge base, their support might be sufficient.
Okay, so something to consider. It's been fascinating learning about these different providers, and it's clear there is no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to web hosting.
That's right. And now that we've explored these options, let's shift gears and see how these providers stack up against specific business needs.
That sounds like a great way to bring it all together.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see how these recommendations play out in real-world scenarios. Okay, so we've explored all these different types of hosting. We've heard about some top providers.
Yes.
But how do we actually choose the right one for our specific business?
Yeah, it can feel overwhelming.
It can.
It's about finding the right fit. So let's imagine some real-world scenarios and see which hosting solutions would be best.
Okay, let's play matchmaker.
Okay.
So say we have a freelance graphic designer,
Okay.
Sarah,
Yeah.
who wants a simple website to showcase her portfolio.
Right.
What would you recommend for her?
So in Sarah's case,
Yeah.
simplicity and affordability are key.
Okay.
A shared hosting plan from a provider like Hostinger or Bluehost would probably be perfect.
Okay.
Her site will mainly be images and text, so she doesn't need a ton of storage or bandwidth.
Makes sense.
Plus, both providers are known for being user-friendly,
Yeah.
which is great for someone who might not be a tech expert.
That makes sense. It's a great way for her to get a professional-looking website online without breaking the bank. Okay, let's up the ante a bit. What if we have John,
All right.
who's launching an online store selling handmade jewelry?
Okay, so now we're talking about product pages, images, potentially videos, a shopping cart payment processing.
Yeah.
Things get more complex. Reliability and security become even more important when
Yeah.
you're handling customer data and financial transactions.
Right. So shared hosting might not be the best choice here.
Probably not. For an e-commerce site, I'd recommend either a VPS hosting plan or managed WordPress hosting,
Okay.
especially if John decides to use WordPress,
Yeah.
which is the popular choice for online stores.
Okay, so help us break down that decision.
Okay.
What factors should John consider?
Okay, so if John is comfortable managing some of the technical stuff himself,
Yeah.
update security backups,
Right.
then a VPS from a provider like SiteGround could be a great option.
Okay.
He'll have more control, dedicated resources, and better performance than with shared hosting.
Yeah, but if he wants a truly hands-off experience where he can just focus on making jewelry and not worry about the technical details,
Right.
then managed WordPress hosting makes more sense.
Exactly. Providers like SiteGround and Bluehost offer excellent managed WordPress plans specifically optimized for e-commerce sites. They handle all the behind-the-scenes stuff so John can focus on what he does best, designing and selling beautiful jewelry.
Great.
Hmm.
Now let's imagine we have Maria who has a popular food blog.
Okay, a food blog.
Yeah. What hosting solution would be best for her?
So Maria needs a plan that can handle a lot of traffic. As her blog grows, she'll need a hosting solution that can scale to accommodate those increasing demands.
Right.
Her site might also have a lot of high-resolution photos and videos.
Which require more resources.
So what would you recommend for Maria?
For a high-traffic website like Maria's,
Yeah.
I'd recommend cloud hosting. It's incredibly scalable, meaning it can handle those traffic spikes without slowing down or crashing.
Plus, cloud hosting is known for its reliability.
Yes.
Because your website's data is spread across multiple servers. So even if one server has an issue, your site stays up and running.
Exactly. It's like having a safety net for your website,
I like that.
ensuring your content is always available to your visitors.
Okay.
Providers like SiteGround offer excellent cloud hosting solutions that are perfect for high-traffic websites.
Okay, so we've seen how the best hosting solution really depends on your specific needs.
Yes.
A shared hosting plan might be great for a simple portfolio website,
Right.
while a growing e-commerce business would likely need a VPS or managed WordPress hosting, and a high-traffic blog would benefit from the scalability and reliability of cloud hosting.
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Right. It's about understanding your needs, your budget, and your technical comfort level.
Well said. This has been a really great overview of web hosting for small businesses. As we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you want listeners to remember?
Do your research, explore your options, and choose a hosting provider that aligns with your goals and gives you the support you need to succeed online.
I couldn't agree more. And to make that process easier, we've included links in the episode description to all the hosting providers we discussed today.
You got it.
Be sure to check them out, compare their plans, and see which one is the right fit for your small business. Thanks for joining us.
It was my pleasure. Until next time.